What is up? My name is Colby Sharp. I am a 5th grade teacher in Michigan, and today I am really excited to be a part of this end of the year announcement.
Excuse me, teachers and students, due to the rain, we will be inside recess. I'll see you in your classrooms. Thank you.
Indoor recess at the end of the year is the worst. Anyways, I'm excited to be a part of this YouTube collaboration. If you're new to my channel, click that subscribe button. I post all kinds of videos on my favorite books, the books my kids are reading, just lots of reading, lots of books, lots of educational funness. So I'm going to share with you 3 end of the year activities that I love, and a bunch of other YouTubers are going to also be sharing end of the year activities that they do with their students. So there's a playlist down in the description below. Check that out. Maybe you get some great ideas to share with your students. The first idea that I have, that I do at the end of the year, comes from a YouTuber, CJ Reynolds, Real Rap with the Reynolds, and he does it with his kids in high school, and I stole this idea and now I'm using it. I think on the very first day of high school, he has his freshmen write like a letter to themselves as graduating seniors, and then he gives it to them at graduation, which is an amazing idea. So I started doing it last year with my students. Here's actually my sons. I had my son in class last year, and they write a letter to themselves at the very end of 5th grade to open when they graduate high school. So I'm going to be saving these for like 6 years, and then I will probably either hand deliver them to them when they're in high school at the end of their high school career, or give them to my wife who teaches in the high school, and then they can kind of see what their hopes were and what their dreams were and what their goals were heading forward, what they wanted to do when they grow up, all of their hopes and dreams and big plans. So I'm really excited. This is hard because I'm not patient, and to have to hold on to these and wait all of those years to give them to the students is tricky. But it's a really fun thing to do, and we do it the very last week of the school year, the very last week of elementary school. The second thing that I love to do with my students at the end of the year is have them create best book list, favorite books that they loved in their life, in the school year. Just have them create a list of books that mean something to them. And they can pick the topic. Like we have favorite realistic fiction list, we have favorite graphic novel list, favorite read-alouds that my teachers read, favorite books my teachers read to me when I was in elementary school. I love that one. Books that made me cry. We have a kid in each one of my classes doing that list. My own daughter is doing that list. Her list is phenomenal. She definitely read some great books this year, which makes me super happy. Books that made me mad, like one kid is doing that list, and they have books like from 9/11 and other topics that upset them in some way. So just a lot of really creative things, favorite picture books. It's just been super fun to see these lists, and then they can share them with each other, and then we can build our to-read list. What I'll do is I'll take all of these lists they created on Google Docs, and they'll share it with me. And every time a student shares it with me, I have a running document, and I just copy and paste their list. And then we'll have like a 60-page book or 80-page book of book recommendations. I'll print it out front and back, throw a staple on there, and then I'll give it to each kid, and then they'll head to the summer with a list of hundreds of books for them to hopefully they'll find some books to read over the summer from that list. We'll also take the printed out book, and I'll put it in like a 1 or 2 inch binder and slide each page in a sleeve, and we'll have that book in the classroom for next year's 5th graders to see all of the great books that this year's 5th graders fell in love with, because we're always trying to build that to-read list, always trying to give kids get kids thinking about what they're going to read next. And because that's such a skill sometimes that's tricky for kids. They'll be so wrapped up in a book, finish it, and then they have no idea what to read next, and they lose a lot of time as readers. Always building that to-read list. Great way to do it is by creating end-of-the-year book lists and sending it home with kids, but also keeping that amazing resource in the classroom for future readers. I know that most, if not all, reading teachers stress out about the summer slide. They stress out about their kids losing things out of their brain that they've learned during the summer. And one of the reasons that they do this, a big reason, is they're not reading enough in the summer. And one of the reasons they're not reading enough is because they don't have a plan. And if you don't have a plan, you're probably not going to be very successful. What I do with my students is we create a plan for reading over the summer. We talk about what's going to get in the way, We talk about what we need to be successful. We make a list of books. We discuss where we're going to get the books. They won't have this amazing classroom library with them in the summer. So we make a plan, and then I send them home with a plan. I make sure parents know that this plan is coming home because they need to just have some sort of idea of what they're going to do so that they can be successful, so that they can read over the summer. Reading, we do not want to be a school thing. We want reading to be a thing that they do for the rest of their lives because they love it, because it helps them to find the information that they want to find. It helps them to grow as people, not just so that they can do well on test scores, but so that they can do well in life, so that they can win at this game we call life. So we make a plan, and then that helps them as they head into the summer and they get all of these things are going on, or maybe nothing is going on. Maybe they're just kind of trapped in their home for most of the summer. But if they have a plan, they're going to be more successful. I also send them home with books. If they want to borrow any books, they most certainly may. Will they all come back? Nope. But many people have said this is not my line. I would much rather lose a book than a reader. We have to have a plan. The more that the kids plan, the more likely that it is that they will read over the summer. Those are my 3 activities that I love to do at the end of the school year, trying to build readers, trying to help kids reflect on their elementary life, plan for the future. Reading is awesome. Kids are awesome. Be sure to watch the other videos in this series and get some great activities and end your school year off right, end your school year off with a bang. Thank you so much for being a teacher. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have an awesome-tastic day and happy, happy reading.